Hey, what is up guys, and good morning. So I haven't done one of these vlogs in actually a while, and the reason for that is my face. I got a surgery the other day and now it's getting a little bit better. My face was just like this big, and it was just gonna take most of the attention, I think. So that's why I just left it for now. So let's get started. There's a couple interesting things that I'm actually working on behind the scenes and I couldn't really fit into my videos. So about the SMD and repair videos and the flight controller repair and debugging videos and all these kinds of things, we're gonna have a lot of videos coming because I received a package from a great follower and a great friend of mine with a bunch of broken flight controllers, ESCs, KISS stuff. KISS actually breaks quite often or actually defective out of the box from what I've seen. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting, crazy, cool things, and especially these Betaflight. And if you have one of these Betaflight F3 flight controllers and your USB won't boot, there's actually quite a few of these that have this issue, which is just an IC and a couple cabs are shorting out. And I debugged it to this area right here. There's still a little bit more under my finger. There's that black one right there. It's usually that issue is from around that area, but it still needs a little bit more debugging, and we'll do that in the video. I think it's going to make for a pretty interesting video. So also I've gotten a couple of new things for the SMD stuff, which is these things. This is Flux Paste. This looks really nice, by the way. So I got a couple of these because everything local is actually crap, and I really wanted to try the stuff that Banggood has, and I also got 3 of these. They're basically syringes with Flux Paste, and they should be pretty good and pretty interesting here. I got 3 of each, and I also got this, you know, what is it called? Solder paste here, because we're going to need it. I got 3 of each. I'll leave a link to everything down below, so go ahead and check those out, because we're going to be doing a lot of projects, especially on the new channel. So yeah, I started a new channel. It's called I DIY Things, and it's going to be DIY projects, and it's not just your ordinary DIY projects. It's also taking your DIY project to the next level. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look here. So here's the Esc Tester that we designed the PCB for, okay? But basically when we designed the PCB for it, we designed basically just the routes for everything. And you can tell the Arduino is still attached here. Now, let's say you don't want to put the Arduino in there, okay? Maybe you wanted to break out the Arduino into your own PCB. It looks more professional. It feels like you did something. And when you show it to someone, it just gives you this really nice satisfaction. Like, it's just this amazing, satisfying feeling when you have that board in your hand that you built, you know, with your own Arduino inside of it. And that is the idea of the new channel. It's going to teach you the basics of some of the schematics, how to build the Arduino, the AT Mega microcontroller unit, which is on the Arduino schematic, how to get just a basic one started. You know, we're going to take it one step at a time, just getting the AT Mega working with no power, you know, just using some kind of a 5-volt external power. And all these kinds of crazy cool things, building the schematic, designing the PCB, how these things work, and just be very user friendly and very noob friendly, because there's really nothing. Well, there is stuff online, but there's really nothing that gives you that little push to make it just seem so easy and so simple. So I'm going to do the whole process from A to Z, which is from A, you know, using the software to drawing the schematics, to doing the PCB layout, understanding what each thing is on the PCB, and straight to the manufacturing and how to have it uploaded and manufactured and sent for you for like under 20 bucks, which is really nice. You get like 10 boards. So that's what I really want to do. For example, we did the Esc Tester here, right here. As you can tell, it does have the Arduino inside. Now let's just say I didn't want this Arduino inside. Why do I want this Arduino inside? And I don't want an external modular voltage regulator. And I want to basically take all the components here and just lay them out on the board and use what I need, and what I don't need, I just don't use. And I think that is kind of, there isn't really much online to really show you how to do that. There is stuff online, but you gotta have some sort of knowledge to get it started in a way. And what I'm aiming to do is actually helping you dive deep into this, because it's much simpler than it seems, a lot simpler than it seems actually. And I really wanted to do this for the longest time, but my current channel will not allow that, or it's not really the type of audience for that. So I want to keep drone mesh just for drone mesh. I'll put some DIY project. I'll do the DIY projects for drones in this channel, but everything else, DIY projects, some tutorials, how to set things up, how to do a little bit of coding, how to do all these kinds of things using MicroPython and all these kind of crazy cool things on the new channel, which is iDIY things. I'll have it linked down below. So if you're into that stuff, subscribe. If you're not, don't subscribe. It's not for you. And if you want to get into that stuff, then I think it would be a very good platform to start. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. So I'll have a link to everything down below, from the Flux Paste to the channel. It's called iDIY things. And I really want to take it more of not just DIY projects, but also learning some basics, learning how to execute something, why this works the way it does, and try to keep it short as possible and not very long videos, but it would really give you all the information you need to get started with nothing hidden. So you'll have the full perspective from A to Z on that channel. And I think there's really, it's, you know, you could find some information, but it's scattered everywhere. And I really want to get into it. I really do want to get into it, and actually I did. So currently, just some of the DIY projects that'll be posted here on this channel will also be posted there. But I'll also start posting their stuff on that channel that are not going to be posted here. Like for example, today I'm planning on doing a basic setup of how to design just a quick PCB with the Arduino Nano to blink some LEDs or something. So you just get the basic idea. Just start small, and then we grow bigger as we go. And we'll make them into series. I'll have them organized in a specific series because I've learned from this channel. So I'll have playlists, which are basically series, and it'll tell you, you know, each is for what. So you can watch the whole thing and kind of understand the whole process, which I think is really nice. And we can obviously do reviews on little DIY kits and how to use specific things. And I think it's going to be very interesting, and I really can't wait to get started. So if you're interested in that, comment down below and go ahead and go subscribe. I think I have 100 subscribers already, which is pretty insane. It's been less than 24 hours, which this channel grew like this. This channel took a couple months to get 100, or a month maybe. But yeah, it's very difficult. I just remember, it reminds me of how difficult it is to start a channel. It's really hard. But you have to love it. You have to love it if you're going to do a YouTube channel. Because if you don't love it and you're just looking for the numbers, then it's going to be very difficult. So that's out of the way. I have also another important, pretty interesting thing, actually. I opened up the two FlySky transmitters that I have, which is the X version and the non-X version. And I found a Ppm output. Okay, I say, what is that for? Well, theoretically, what that is for is we can control we could plug in a multi-protocol module that are connected to an FlySky and stuff. But the ones where you can pick the protocol through the hardware and not through the software. And you can theoretically, you can actually control the toys and FlySky receiver with your FlySky, and you can do all kinds of crazy stuff, which is really nice. Now I found this little tiny module. I already started on it, but actually burnt the module before I began, but that's my fault. So I picked up a couple more, and I think it's going to be make for a pretty interesting video. I got both of the FlySkys, so nobody will be left out from those cheaper ones. So I thought that was interesting, and I think also it does kind of like double encoding, double decoding, so it introduces some latency. But once we get the prototype working, we can figure out exactly, hopefully, to catch if there's a ppm output before it re-encodes it for some reason, so we can have less latency. So I don't know yet. This is just theoretical, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. I'm like 98% sure this will work. Once I get it to work, it's going to be pretty damn awesome. So that's one thing. And then maybe we can even, on the new channel, design it some kind of a PCB or something. You know, maybe you don't want all the protocols. Maybe you just want FlySky. And we just design a little tiny one that overrides one of the antennas on the FlySky, and use one of the 3-position switches, disconnect it from the main board, and then have it be the one that turns on the inner module. It's going to be pretty cool. And I have a lot of things planned for that channel. And this channel also. I have this sick FPV drone finder that's coming. And it's going to be pretty awesome. So that'll be coming pretty cool. I've fixed up the previous V1. The V2 is going to be insane. It's going to have OLED. It's going to be running the RX 5808 Pro software. It's going to have buttons to change channels. It's going to have RSSI. There's a lot of cool things that I'm actually working on now. So that's why the uploads have dropped, because there's a lot of things in the background that I'm doing. I'm trying to aim more towards quality than quantity like I used to. So that's what I'm actually been doing in the background. So taking a break, I took a step back, took a look at everything and said, okay, now we need just quality. Obviously ESC testing will still be there because that's quality information more than quality content. That's good information for everybody, including myself, so I know what the hell, if I wanted to buy something, what I should get, what you should get. If someone asks me, what should I get? Well, get this because it tested pretty good, and I flew in, it flew pretty nice. Everyone's saying it's pretty decent. So yeah, and another thing, I'm talking to Banggood of creating some DIY kits. For example, these, the ESC testers, okay, and I have a second version of these. I'm talking to Banggood if they can make them as DIY kits, and then they can sell it through their website for like pretty good price. So instead of you going to buy, you have to buy like a minimum of 10 or whatever, so you could buy just one, and I'm gonna have them try to provide everything, like from the screen to the terminals to the Arduino, everything in a complete kit. So you just take it and build it, and then now you have your ESC tester, which actually we don't have any ESC testers, we just have servo testers, and this can be reprogrammed in 2 seconds to be a servo tester. And it's modular. I mean, look at it, it's beautiful, it's really nice. And if you missed the videos, you'll see in the past couple videos, this thing costs barely anything, to be honest. And it's really nice. And a really huge shout out to PCBWay for actually opening this door for me with helping me, manufacture these, basically. So I design it, I send it, and then they just make them free of charge for me to share with you guys and see if you guys would be interested or not, which is really nice, actually. I'm really happy and I'm really grateful for this. Yeah, and that's currently it. So let me know what you guys think of the new channel. We're going to be doing a lot of schematic work. Like I said, basically breaking out the Arduino from inside the Arduino Nano, taking the 18 mega chip, and then building a whole PCB around your projects for what you want to do, and to make it as simple as possible and very easy to understand, because an Arduino doesn't really need much, actually, believe it or not. It needs a 16 megahertz crystal, it needs some other things, the reset button, and if you wanted to add a USB, like for example, right now anyone could probably go and figure out to get an Arduino schematic, but now let's just say you wanted to add the USB input to your PCB. It's not as easy just adding a connector. You need a chip like the CH340, I think that's what it's called, some kind of a USB to serial converter chip, and you need to know how to set that up, and you need to know how it's what it needs to run, and you need to know how to route it, and you need to know how to set up the reset for it, because the reset's pretty important, because if you get it wrong, then your Arduino probably resets randomly and it'll be unstable. And I think these stuff are very interesting. It sounds complicated, but when we take a look at it step by step, piece by piece, you'll see it's like, oh my god, that's it. That is insanely awesome. It'll open so many doors for you. The sky's the limit, basically. It's insane. It's really crazy, really crazy. I don't know, and I really want to get that knowledge out there. I really see a huge gap in it, and I really think I can do good for a lot of people. I start from myself. Like, what do I want? What is missing? What can I find? I want this, but I can't find it. Okay, well, why don't I go do it and share it with the people, since now I know how to do it, and just basically give shortcuts and help you understand what's really going on, how to do everything. And yeah, that's the idea of the new channel. And today I think I'll have one of the first videos out for just a quick rundown of a little project, maybe on a schematic or something. I'm still figuring out. I want to start simple and then go larger as we go. And well, that's it, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. So I'll leave a link to everything down below, especially these things. We'll be testing them out in maybe today also. Later on in the day, we'll probably be testing one of these out. Some of these things that I just got today, the Flux Paste and the solder paste and all these things, we're going to be testing those out. And I'll leave a link to the new channel. If you're interested, subscribe. If you're not interested, don't subscribe. But also, if you're interested, please press the notification bell icon. It's very important, both on this channel and the other channel. If you're subscribed on this channel, press it, because it really helps the channel also. And well, that's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you possibly in a couple of hours. Peace out, guys.